Yeah, so getting back to what I was saying, bro. I think OnlyFans is pretty much the biggest cancer in society because nowadays, every time I go to TikTok, I go to Instagram, and I look at these clips, and I see nothing but delusions from these 304s saying that how OnlyFans has made them more powerful and it gave them a lot of freedom and creative to just be themselves sexually. As if we're supposed to take you seriously when you're selling yourself online and thinking that that's supposed to give you the man of your dreams. And I hate to be the person to burst your bubble, sweetie. No man is going to want to put up with a 304 that's a known internet thought. That's the reality. And yes, some simps will marry the corn stars because of reasons. But at the same time, I feel as if the simps are the biggest cancer to society in general because if they're not wanting to have a commonology, to have a brain, to know that these women sell themselves for a living, then they're in for a rude awakening if they marry these women who do sex work. And imagine if their kids coming home from school telling them all of this because of them. Who are you going to blame? You can't blame the world. You got to blame yourself. So shout out to this content creator. Let's get to it.
Sold to creators as the dream platform. You can make your money from home. You could be your own boss. You could turn your independence into cash monies. But what happens when the dream expires?
Currently, the media space has been dominated by how much some top earners are making on OnlyFans. But what hasn't really been discussed is how the company has lost billions of dollars in valuation in a very short amount of time. And things just got even more messy because OnlyFans is now in a very bad situation after the CEO.
I don't call it a bad situation. I say it's a good situation because I feel like it's going to give them a reality check to pretty much change the platform or just end it, period. Because 9 times out of 10, every time I go to my Instagram For You page, all I keep seeing is women, fitness influencers, posting thirst traps and bikinis, promoting their OnlyFans, and if you go to the link, boom, there it is, OnlyFans. That's all I see. Them and this whole Chris Brown obsession is gone out of control. You know what I'm saying? It's just so sad nowadays that we have to live in this day and age where 304 culture is more accepted than regular culture. And that's why the dating market in 2026 has gone down the hill. You know what I'm saying? It's just sad to me.
Decided this morning that after 2 years, he has a problem with what I do. So we broke up. And I'm totally having a mental break.
You know, at some point, clearly you're having a mental breakdown, and it's not his fault. It's your fault for choosing this disgusting path. You know, what did you think was going to happen? Do you expect him to just be okay with it? And you're almost, 40 years old, and you're still acting very, very immature for your age. It's like you're living in this fantasy where any guy is going to accept me, accept me for who I am because I do OnlyFans. It's like, what's the point of you having a boyfriend if y'all being together and you think that he's supposed to support you while doing so? Don't you think it's a big red flag? Or you're just basically lying to yourself altogether? I mean, you're giving him a reason to break up with you. He broke up with you because you're doing OnlyFans. Knowing that how he feels about it, and so do we, that OnlyFans is the biggest cancer to society. He doesn't want to see you sell yourself online, doing an online prostitution. Like, he basically just wants you. He wants you, not the world, you. And it seems like 9 times out of 10, you don't really understand that. And that's the sad part. So him breaking up with you was the right call. Which means that he dodged the bullet. After 5 years of y'all being together, you could have been married. You could have had a ring put in your finger. Have you done something else? But no, since you want to do OnlyFans, you pretty much destroyed the relationship and yourself.
What would you say is the biggest challenge when dating?
Every man thinking you're a...
What happens when creators...
I mean, you are one. You are who you attract. And you attract the simps. You attract the beta males because of what you do. You doing sex work does make you a whore. And I know this video is going to get demonetized, but so what? I said what I said. I spoke my truth. I spoke my piece. And it's the truth. You're doing pornography and you're doing OnlyFans, it's going to make you a whore. I'm sorry, but that's just facts.
that's not attached to their internet persona. Maybe they want kids, maybe they want family, maybe they want to build real relationships with people, but have that dark cloud hanging over their head. Now, whether or not I think that dark cloud is accurate, the reality is that it's still there. And maybe that trade-off feels worth it if you get rich, but the reality is that that's not true. Most creators on OnlyFans don't get rich. They risk their name and their image and likeness for a platform that is not as stable as many people think. And it only gets worse because now they are going through financial issues that threaten to jeopardize.
Or what they can do is just shut it down altogether. I mean, it's just like what Elon Musk said on Twitter, even though he's not really going to do it, but it's possible that he's going to buy OnlyFans just to shut it down. And now these 304s can start a regular life, working 9 to 5 or doing regular content. And of course, you're going to probably find ways to continue to make money selling their coochies and stuff like that. Oh, the world is going down the tubes because of it. Tough.
Incomes from thousands upon thousands of creators. Financially, OnlyFans is losing value, left, right, and sideways. And then socially, the stigma has not gone anywhere. So what looks like easy money today becomes the reason that you can't escape tomorrow. If you're new to this and you want to be true to this, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It's the only way that this community will keep growing. Otherwise, I'll have to turn to the Blue app and start putting out pictures and stuff like that.
Don't
and I don't
still
think
do
that y'all
that,
would
bro.
want that.
Yeah,
Now,
don't
back
do
into
it.
the video.
And then this is the last 30 days. I'm going to hit all time. And these are the two, like, so this is the gross.
There's just, wow.
And then, like, you can see that it's not a screenshot. It's real.
Hold on.
So
Dude, my
poor.
heart's like speeding up a little bit.
Okay, that's just completely unbelievable.
An economy in which gas is $4 on average, people can't afford to buy homes because prices are outrageous, and people are now forced to eat the butt end of the bread, probably the worst part of the entire economy. People are looking for ways to get rich, and so turning to social media in any way, shape, form, or fashion seems like a viable solution. When you hear these claims of these people making all this money from just posting on a platform, it makes it seem like it's something that's actually doable for a lot of people. But what's never been really discussed up until now is the trade-offs of the entire exchange of posting your body and your image on the social media platforms. Right now, we're not talking about the platform itself, but we're talking about the people that use this platform. Creator Alinity is a perfect example of somebody who has had to choose between her relationship and her professional career, specifically because of the content that she does.
And my boyfriend decided this morning that after 2 years, he has a problem with what I do. So we broke up. And I'm totally having a mental.
Again, why come to the internet and tell the whole world that your man broke up with you because you're doing OnlyFans? Don't you think you could have just kept it to yourself? Like, you want the world to cater to you and comfort you as you're having this emotional crash out because your man broke up with you because you're becoming an internet 304. I mean, why sell yourself online when you can literally just work a regular 9 to 5, or better yet, do social media without doing OnlyFans? You can make money the regular way. You can make money on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, but doing OnlyFans is the biggest red flag. You selling yourself butt naked online for $10.99, $5.99. You're not that rich. You're not gonna get rich from doing OnlyFans. The only reason why OnlyFans models are getting rich off of that is because simps are donating the hard-working money, the regular 9 to 5 money, to 304s that don't even like them. That's the problem that people are not willing to talk about. I mean, you cannot make this up. Simps will do anything in their power to ruin their own reputation by subbing to these 304s. Women that don't rock with them, women that don't know them, because you want to see the punanis. It's like y'all can't even go talk to real women in real life, but you want to see some online crap. Yeah, no wonder why y'all stay getting cheated on and being beat up.
On stream.
This is somebody who's a 38-year-old content creator who has been told their entire life that they can have it all. And granted, she may be able to have it all, but it's getting slimmer and slimmer. And the clock, the proverbial clock, is ticking for her, at least in her mind. She's having to choose between a partner that she's been with for a long time, as opposed to her OF career. And I did some research. For what it's worth, she is a lightweight OF content creator. But I would say she's at a crossroads because she wants a serious partner. She wants the family. She wants the stability. And she wants the future outside of OF.
And so I feel like that's going to make me feel more comfortable when and if I do get to meet someone that is ready to have children. Then I would be retiring.
Here come the tears.
Give me a napkin. Yes. Thank you. Then I would be retiring before getting married and having kids. I think that's kind of like, I do want to do that. I do want to retire before having kids and getting married. I just need to find the right person.
I hate to break this to you, but you're not going to find the right person if you're doing sex work. I don't know where you thought in your mind that you think it was cool to sell and then expect the man to respect your craft and your work and you want him to marry you and start a family with you outside of OnlyFans. That means that you're still in OnlyFans, you're still in the sex industry, meaning that you're not going to get out of it. Because, like I said, if the kids ends up coming home one day from school and they happen to see their mother doing inappropriate things online, you know the embarrassing outcome is going to come. And I think I covered a story years ago when it was OnlyFans mom who lacks accountability of her son being expelled from school because of her actions. And the fact that she doubled down on it was not only disgusting, but I feel like as a mother, you should pretty much have a common courtesy to realize that your dumb mistakes will also cost you your life. And now your son is going to end up suffering from bullies because of you. That's why I've always said, do not date these 304s. They don't rock with you. They don't love you. They don't respect you as a man. Like, you have to be willing to better yourself in order for that partner to come to you, the right partner. I mean, I've always said, go to the gym. Find your, find your woman from church, a woman of God. You know what I'm saying? Build a dynasty. Build a great foundation. Don't choose ones from the streets, from, the clubs. You could meet somebody from the gym for all I care. But at the same time, OnlyFans is pretty much destroying relationships the same way pornography is destroying marriage, relationships, because their partner is not feeling satisfied, but they can't even go to counseling to work on themselves, to work on their relationships. So the fact that she is crying on camera because she's having fear that a man is not going to want her outside of OnlyFans, when she could have just done something different, but choosing OnlyFans is not going to make things better. It's actually destroying the minds mentally and physically. Why do you think so many porn stars and OnlyFans models die? Some of them died of overdose. Some of them died of suicide. Some of them died of getting BBL procedures. And some of them died of prescription painkillers because they've been depressed. They have mental health issues. They've been trafficked. It's like people don't really know the dark side of the adult industry. Just don't do it. And like I said, I don't know where she thinks that getting a man because of her doing OnlyFans is gonna make things better. It won't. Why do you think her boyfriend left after 5 years after he found out that she does OnlyFans? Come on, man, y'all better have common sense.
Form that gave her everything that she wanted financially. It allowed her to have all of the juices open at one time, all of the cereal boxes open at one time, any car and any fridge that she could ever imagine. Is also the one that is hurting her options in the dating world. It's hurting her prospects. It's hurting her opportunities at finding a serious partner to commit to.
No, I am not looking for a 40-year-old virgin. That's not it. No, you know what? I'd be totally fine in dating someone that has kids.
Is this girl crazy?
Someone that already has children. I know a lot of people don't like that. A lot of women don't like that, but
this girl is almost 40 years old and she's still thinking like she's in her 20s. Man, not every man is going to want to date someone who is, say, internet hot. You're crazy to think that a man with kids is going to want to be with you, because the kids are going to know who you are. There's a thing called internet for a reason. There's a thing called Google. They're going to know who you really are, man. They're going to know why you're doing OnlyFans. I know any father would be stupid enough to even date someone like that. Because if a chick tells me that she does OnlyFans, I'm bagging out. I'm bagging out. I don't want you. You're rated E for everyone. I don't know why she thinks that getting a man with kids is gonna make things better. She's delusional as almighty, bro. She's nuts.
Insight, like seeing how he is as a father. I'm cool being a stepmom. I think I'd be a cool stepmom.
Now, some very interesting points.
Yeah, this chick has lost her mind. Either she's mentally stupid or she's unstable. Yeah, this girl, I feel like she is for the streets. Like, I just don't understand what's going on in these people's mindset. Like, it's like their brain cells are so small to the point where it's just almost laughable. And now she wants to be a stepmom. Like, girl, grow up and get a life. No man wants to date a whore. I'm sorry.
From other content creators that exist on the internet. Miskiff, who on this platform we're not necessarily fond of, raises some interesting points. The person that she did have that did love her and did choose her even though she was doing this lifestyle gave.
I wonder if that's a mom or somebody that she met. If they support that, they're part of the problem.
Ultimately choose the career. And based off of Miskiff's explanation, she's not a victim in this situation. This is just an outcome of the lifestyle that she's decided to go down.
Which is fair. I think it's very fair for him to do that, being like, look, you're 30 relax with this shit if we want to have kids. And she just chose to go this route still and lost him. It's like, no, I could stay alone, because there's not going to be a lot of men out there who want a 38-year-old woman who's half plastic and the other half fake. They're not going to want a 38-year-old woman that wants other men to seek out and have sex with them all the time and wears skimpy clothes on stream and acts the way she acts. Like, they want a real woman at that point. They're fucking probably 40 years old.
I will say that there are some
I am so glad that I'm not the only one that said this. He said the same thing. Plastic surgery, 304, living the thought life, and she thought that she was going to get an easy life doing adult content. She's done. And I'm glad that he said the same thing. Any man that would tell you the exact same thing. No man is going to want to date a woman who does sex work for a living. It's all delusion.
Or may have not decided to step away from said platform. I do think that ultimately it is fair for her partner to have a serious adult conversation with her about this. It doesn't seem like they had it on stream for entertainment purposes. It seems as though both of them were trying to be extremely candid and real with each other. But at the end of the day, it seems like she chose the platform and he chose to leave. She said that this was empowerment and he called it a deal breaker. This is a reality that content creators that go down this pathway have had to face for a long time, and sometimes it just doesn't pan out.
Message to Alinity. You're 38 and crying that you're still not married. You haven't. Newsflash, it's never going to happen. Every OnlyFans girl, why I'm so kind to you guys in person is because I genuinely feel there's nothing darker in this world than going your whole life alone.
I'm telling you, I'm glad I'm not the only one that said the same thing. I'm glad I'm not the only one that said it. He said it. But I don't think, as Justin Bieber would say, it's clocking to these skulls. It ain't clocking to them. I don't think they understand. And I don't think they will. But I'm glad that we're not the only one that said the same thing.
Paths in which, you will be in that prioritize the career over any sort of romantic relationships or even platonic relationships in general. Even somebody who has now dabbled into the career of YouTube, there are many days that I find it hard to separate myself from my computer and go hang out with my friends, be with my family, etc., etc. And there are some connotations with being a YouTuber, especially one that has a podcast. I will say that people often throw me in the category of being Kevin Samuels-esque when I do say that I have a podcast. Thank God that I'm engaged, so I don't have to deal with that in the dating pool. But I do think that there's a different level of these things when it comes to being an OF content creator. There are certain stigmas that still exist certain names that people are going to call you, and they're going to view you in a certain way, more so in an object. I'm not saying that I agree with all these things, but it's not just Alinity saying that there is this loneliness aspect that she is facing, and that she cannot find some sort of long-term partner that is willing to take her serious while she is doing this career.
Have you had trouble with guys like getting quite jealous of you? I'm
100%.
assuming
Most guys won't date. Yeah.
So have you ever had the scenario where you have a few great dates and then you're like, hey, what are we doing here, pal?
Yeah.
And he just strikes it down because of the...
No, I've had a couple dates in the last couple months that the guy literally told me to my face, oh my god, like, oh, it's totally fine, you don't... Fucking went and told all my friends that she's like, I like her, but I can't date her because she doesn't like dance.
Again, these women are so delusional. Like, it's so frustrating to see that they think that a man is going to date them because they do online prostitution. How do you think the world is going to react when they find out that their partner is doing sex work? Do they marry them? Do they want to be with them? I wouldn't date somebody who does sex work because it'll look really, really crazy on my background because I'm a Christian, I'm a man of God. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to date nobody who is a 304. Like, imagine me coming home with a woman who does sex work. You know my family is going to have a big meltdown and a huge no-no because we don't allow that crap in the house. Because if I date someone like that, my life wouldn't be the same. Like, I'm not going to be one of those cucks that allows their women to go out and do God knows what and expect me to pick up the pieces. Nuh-uh. Once you cheat on me and you do OnlyFans, you're out the door. Because as a man, I have self-respect and dignity to myself than to allow someone who does the outworld stuff come into my life and mess it up. No, I don't think I want somebody like that, ever. So the fact that they're still going on podcasts talking about the life experience outside of OnlyFans, thinking that a man is going to want to wipe them up and swoop them off their feet. No. We don't want leftovers. We don't want used women. We don't want no used up video game consoles, games, SUVs, or whatever. We want the real thing. The ones that don't have sex. The ones that don't go around sleeping with a bunch of guys. We don't want nobody who has a higher body count. It just wouldn't work like that. Because what's going to happen is, if you catch something, if you give me something that is not curable, oh, you best believe I would be crashing out and I would have been in jail. Because if I asked you straight up, what's your body count? Don't lie to me. Be honest. If I tell you my body count, I will be honest with you. Because I have nothing to hide. Because if you sit up there and try to lie to me and claim that my body count doesn't matter, your body count doesn't matter, yes it does. The same way the diseases matter, the same way cancer, STDs matter the most. Your health matters the most. So you can miss me with all of that.
What would you say is the biggest challenge when dating?
Every man thinking you're a whore.
Yeah.
Like I pop my for everybody.
You do.
But I don't.
But at the same time, I kind of feel like these people are living in this delusion to think that them doing OnlyFans is going to, like I said, make a man want them, but they don't. And the fact that she stood there and tried to gaslight and lie and said that she doesn't do that, but the ones that pay her, she does. So she's basically ready to eat with everyone, meaning that she's lying, and she does OnlyFans, and she's not a whore. You are one. You are one, ma'am. Stop lying.
Do you ever have like boyfriends? Dating was really hard. People have persona of you, especially as I like grew a name for myself. It was hard to meet someone who doesn't know who I was. And so like there was always that like fandom. They met me first in their mind as Riley, so it's really hard to like reverse and teach them that I'm Ashley. Being with a it's like you don't take her to meet your mom and blah blah blah. I didn't like retire, but I just stopped shooting like boy girl. So it was like a choice that I made on my own. Made that choice because I was lonely and I wanted like love and affections and stuff. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to find this while I'm performing because it makes dating hard. Because I've dated guys and they were like, me or like.
It's so obvious to me that whoever this simp is who impregnated this monster who does sex work and is now doing OnlyFans, you're the reason why this dating market sucks. Riley Reid knew exactly what she was doing. You know, she knew why her family wanted nothing to do with her because of her adult career. Your dad doesn't want nothing to do with you. Your mother doesn't want nothing to do with you, but I feel like she's pretty much the cause of you doing adult films. And she's also part of the problem too. Hell, if my daughter or my niece decides to tell me that she's doing OnlyFans, I'm disowning you. I'm not gonna support somebody who does sex work. Like, your body is much more than that. Your body doesn't belong to everyone. Like, come on, like, why do they really think that since they're doing adult films, we're supposed to support them in any way? We don't. We don't have to support you. And now she has a kid. And I really feel bad for that child, because when he gets older, or she gets older, yeah, they're going to wish they weren't born in the first place because of their mom.
See, there's a difference between the attention that these content creators feel online, or maybe even IRL, and some sort of actual commitment. OF can make you sexually desirable, fair. But does it make you desirable for marriage or that next step in life that I think that a lot of people have been socialized to yearn for? Attention is not love. Subscribers are not commitment. And being desired is not the same as being chosen. For most people who walk down this path of life, the only thing that they're being chosen for is this new get-rich-quick hustle scheme that is ultimately a trap. See, the way that OnlyFans works is that it's marketed as some sort of temporary hustle. Hey, you're struggling in college. Hey, you just graduated high school and don't know what to do. Hey, you've always been the quote-unquote overdeveloped or early developed young woman in school, and you need to get some money right after you graduate high school. Job isn't paying the bills. Financially, it's hard. Hop into this real quick, and then you can retire later. No different than any other form of sex work.
Again, a lot of people think that, oh, I don't have to have a lot of followers. I can just jump on and do this in secret, and I'll just make a bunch of money. Well, what happens with that is we see statistics like the average wage of an OnlyFans creator is $180 a month. And that's because so many people are jumping on, thinking that they don't have to do anything. They post all of these pictures, they don't earn any money, and then that's actually on the internet forever, and you really can't get it down.
I mean, you can get it down, but the thing is, people are going to download it, they're going to screenshot it, they're going to save it for exposure, making videos about this significant person. So do you agree with her that, you know, your average salary on OnlyFans is like $100 a month or whatever? Like, you're not really making that much selling yourself or having intimate with another guy on the internet, because like she said, the internet is forever. It's there forever. You can take it down all you want, but people are going to download it and search it and find it and expose it on YouTube, talk about the dangers of doing certain things. You know what I'm saying? You can try to take it down all you want, but the internet is always there. The same reason why I do YouTube all the time. My video has been out for the past 10 years. Almost 10 years. I've been doing it for 9 years now. And my videos are out there. People aren't going to say whatever they want about me, but guess what? I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to make the same content, you know, spitting truth, spitting facts, whether people will, you know what I'm saying, whether people will understand it or not. So let's continue.
Because I think that people feel is that you can just delete this page and go on to whatever you want to be for the rest of your life. And for some, that may be the case. The internet is fast. But also, with that being said, it rarely ever forgets. You can delete the page. You can say that you're retired now. You can say that you're different now. But people are still going to remember. Even if they don't know your name, you'll always be that, ooh, I remember you. I know you from somewhere. Person when you have different interactions.
Imagine what these poor girls will have to deal with that brag about, I made $1 million on my 18th birthday. They'll never be free. They will never be free. And you can say, well, Helena, what if I go online 20 years from now and they have a husband and kids and they're fine and they have a normal life and they used all that money from selling pictures of their ass to start a business? Then what? Then they've pulled ahead of you their entire life. Anywhere they go in public, even if they move to a town of 3,000 people in Montana, they will run into somebody that has seen all of them. That is terrifying. Their children will be relentlessly bullied in school no matter where they go, even if they homeschool them. The second any of their family members get on the internet, they're going to receive a ton of...
Come on, bro. I said the same stuff earlier. I said the same thing. I literally just said the same thing just now. They would tell you also, the kids will be bullied because of what their parents are doing. And I love the fact that she broke it down that when you move into a different city or country with thousands of residents, a person is going to walk up to you and they're going to recognize what you did in the past. And you know they're going to end up searching for you, they're going to kidnap you, they're going to do all kinds of crazy things to you because of what you did. in the adult industry. They're not gonna want to take pictures or whatever, though. They're gonna do something really, really dangerous to you, and it's all because of what you chose in your career during your prime years. You know the kids are gonna end up being bullied when they see all of the pictures and text messages, whatever, and it's all because of the mom. It's all because of, the parents who did porn in the past. Do they not realize the dangers of joining the sex industry? You won't last forever. Some do, but the ones that are in it for the wrong reasons, yeah, they don't last long. I'm telling you, I be saying the same stuff all the time, and I'm glad that some women like this are seeing the real picture. Shout out to her.
Interject. I'm not shaming anybody from here, but these are just the realities of the situation at hand that we don't talk about when we have all these creators push these narratives about how great this type of content is, how liberating it is for those that dabble into this. There are some aspects of this that people just don't talk about, and they try to ignore the realities of these situations. As much as the internet told you that the men that don't want to deal with you because you have an OF are insecure, I don't think that that's true. People are allowed to have boundaries and standards and deal breakers. Hell, most people, whether it be man or woman, wouldn't want their partner to have their bodies displayed on the internet for the ogling of a bunch of strangers. We can play the role reversal card. If I was to have an OF or have my body out there for the objectification of women, like, I think that, or men, let me put that in there, I think that it would be hard for me to also be in the dating pool. It doesn't make somebody insecure.
Yeah, because you never know if somebody who's in the sex work, somebody who does OnlyFans, certain places in DC or Maryland, I see women wearing tight leggings and yoga pants, and they all get big butts. I mean, they're giving people a reason to look at them because they're either walking around with their big booties looking for some attention, or they're just giving them a reason to look at them. And I can tell they can either do OnlyFans or they're used to it. Because if I walk up to a person and say, hey, you got a nice butt on you, like, I really appreciate your physique, they'll probably look at you like a creep. Because if they give you a compliment, they're going to probably think that that's not what you really want. You're probably telling them you got a nice booty and everything. They'll probably think that you want some coochie. Maybe it's because it's true, or it's because they're out there wearing tight clothes and stuff, and most of the body parts are showing, and so giving them a reason to goon at you. And let's not forget, there are gooners out there. Or did they somehow forget?
Reputation or their family image, and that's what makes the Alinity situation so complicated, and honestly should be a blueprint. She wants somebody who is a family man, somebody who already has somebody that they are taking care of. But at the same time, those are the same men who care the most about privacy and reputation. The type of man that she wants is the least likely to accept the profession that she's in. The men who do not care may not be serious, but those that do care aren't going to take her serious. And I think the worst part about this platform, outside of the trafficking stuff, which we hadn't touched on because that's an entire separate video, is the fact that this platform in and of itself is not stable. And as it sits right now, after its co-founder,
the reason why I don't feel bad that he died is because this man ruined a lot of relationships. I'll say rest in peace and that's it. But I'm not gonna be all sad because he passed away from cancer. No, this is somebody who is the creator of OnlyFans that's destroyed many people in the industry, a lot of relationships, and he's the reason why a lot of these simps are paying the hard working money to see some coochies online when they can literally go out to the real world and talk to real women. It ain't that hard to do. So no, I don't feel bad for him.
Seems as though it's in jeopardy of even existing any longer. I think it needs to be clear that OnlyFans does make a ton of money. Them playing as the middleman for the past couple of years has generated billions upon billions of dollars. But that does not mean that the foundation in which it sits on is shaky. And over the course of time, it has lost massive amounts of its evaluation.
Currently, the media space has been dominated by how much some top earners are making on OnlyFans. But what hasn't really been discussed is how the company has lost billions of dollars in valuation in a very short amount of time. And things just got even more messy because is now in a very bad situation after the CEO passed away.
This may be where I expose some of my hood ratedness, but as a street nigga, I've heard the phrase sold to young ladies that if you have, you know, your body parts, your private parts, you should never be broke. And OnlyFans has set up and operated as this machine that states that, hey, if you have these things to display, you will forever have some sort of money printer. But behind the scenes, investors are not even...
I think I'm gonna leave this video here. If y'all want to check out the original video, the link will be in the description. But I want to say this before I end this video. OnlyFans is a pipe dream. Whatever you're told about feminism, that you could go around butt naked, selling your booty pics, doing thirst traps, and thinking that a man is gonna want you is the way to go. You've been lied to so many times about feminism and society, this weak society. You've been lied to so many times, and you believe the delusion. And that's why that first broad, that her boyfriend left her because of OnlyFans, that's why her mind is messed up. Almost 40 years old and still thinking like she's in her 20s and is living in this delusion. And you know what? They're not going to last long. 10 to 20 years from now, they're going to regret the decision. And the only thing I got to say is too late. You already made your beds and you already made your choice. And now you have to lie in it. You might as well have to deal with it. Because there's no saying, you are of who you attract. You attract the wrong type of people. The simps and the creeps. Because of what you do online. And you did it to yourself. So, like I said, if y'all want the video, the link will be in the description. And comment, how do you all feel about this? You know what to do. Put it in the chat.